Next question is, how do I know that I'm getting into unconscious territory or if I'm getting any unconscious moments from my clients? Great question. So, if you are someone who is using conversational hypnosis, you probably know about the fact that through a conversation, we look for unconscious information. And there's many different types of unconscious information, and that is going to be very different with each and every client. Even the same client can give us different unconscious information when we see them today versus when we see them a month from now. So it is very important to first stop expecting um, certain unconscious moments to pop up. For example, a good one is emotions, right? We know that emotions are an unconscious process. And so when we only look for emotions within our clients who may be not very in tune with their emotions, we are now looking for something that is not where our clients are currently at. So this happens a lot, right? It's very easy if a client just talks about a lot of emotions and we can easily jump on it on that unconscious moment. But some clients won't be very emotional or won't be in tune with their emotions, but it doesn't mean that they don't have any unconscious moments. The mindset that I like to have when it comes to dealing with unconscious moments or working with clients is that I'm trying to notice how each and every client and even the same clients how they express their unconscious information because again it's very different. In the most recent ACH training we've had clients who came in 2 different days and completely displayed 2 different types of unconscious information, and how they went into an unconscious process was very different even though they were the same person on a different day because as humans we're unpredictable. Mm. And we don't feel the same way every day. And so so how do you actually know when you're getting into unconscious information? Well, when you ask your clients questions and they respond, the you have to kind of train your brain to filter out conscious versus unconscious information. So really the best way to be good at it is that you ask a question, you a client responds and answers, right? And based on that response, you're filtering out if there's any conscious or unconscious information. If there's no conscious information, I mean, if there's only conscious information, then it's another question, right? And whatever that response is, filter it out. And truth is we're always displaying unconscious moments, right? We know and we've learned that 95, sometimes depending on the study you see or the literature you see, 98% is unconscious. Who knows? It's a high percentage. So 95% of the time we're displaying unconscious moments, right? Like right now I'm doing stuff with my hands. This is an unconscious moment. And so just really kind of noticing that and taking a step back when you work with your clients and don't expect them to display XYZ unconscious information is also going to help. So when how you know you're getting there is when um your client also starts to slow down and is giving you more unconscious information than conscious information based on whatever you've utilized throughout the session. So, for example, I'm talking like your client's talking, and then they talk about a metaphor, right? They're not very like they don't feel anything. They don't talk about any emotion, but they are talking about metaphors. For example, they're talking about the path, right? Like, I feel like I'm going into these 10 paths and I don't know what to choose. That's the start of a metaphor. So then you would ask the client questions about that path. Okay, so there's 10 different ways or there's 10 different paths. Like what's that like? And then you keep asking the questions about the path, so-called path that they gave you as a metaphor. And the more you draw their attention on that metaphor of the path, naturally that's going to expand because whatever we focus on grows, right? So the more you place their attention on the path and ask them to describe the path to you, then that's going to grow those unconscious moments. And really, to answer the original question of how you know, you'll know because when you utilize these unconscious information, it just grows and grows. And you'll find more conscious information than conscious information. And you'll start to see your clients really slow down and start to get the quality of the information that they're giving you are much deeper. And a lot of the times it also is an intuitive instinctual thing. So it's definitely something to practice, but really the biggest tip that I have for you is that just to utilize the as here's the thing. Sometimes we get in our head to the 5 million questions we want to ask them, right? But if your client after question 2 talks about this path, jump on that. It doesn't matter if you've had like 5 good questions to ask them about what they said. If a client says, I am on this path and I feel stuff that I'm glued to the ground, jump on that. Negate the questions that you've thought of in your mind. And based on that response, oh, your feet are glued to the ground and you see you're in it, or you're on this path. Just focus their attention on that, because the sooner you'll be able to do that, the faster your breakthroughs are, because you're focusing on the unconscious information instead of the conscious fluff and the questions that we have in our own agenda as hypnotherapists, which are not really going to be the most accurate. So I hope this helped, and I will see you soon.